Alright, hi, my name is JT and I'm going to make you better at chess. In today's lesson, what we're going to go over is the London and how to play the London dynamically. In other words, the dynamic London. We're going to get straight into it, and as always, I stream at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Sunday. I have a lesson at 10 p.m. and then I have a tournament at 10:30 p.m. which you can join right here, and you can ask questions live and come join and hang out with the community. Or if you don't have the time, there's a Discord down below, always active. We'll always respond if you have any questions, or maybe just want to join a chill community. Next, let's just get right into the lesson. Let's just do it. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to make you better at chess. That's what I said. So let's get right into it. Obviously, this PGN, as always, is going to be located in the Discord as well. So d4, d5, and we're just going to go into the main kind of stuff. And this is kind of like the main position that happens in all like high level chess. Okay, guys. So this is basically the main position, the super main position. Thank you for the follow. That's a great follow. I appreciate you. And so knight g to f3 and then bishop to d6. Now there are a little bit of considerations here, so I want to go over some of the other stuff that you want to play. So bishop e7 is a move that was showed to me by my friend Ilya Nizhnik, and so I went ahead and studied that line, and so I concluded that the best line is just to play knight e5 after castles, and then bishop d3, and white has attacking chances with queen f3 and queen h3, and white holds a small edge here. Now, if they capture the knight on e5, then we have takes, knight d7, and then h4 preventing g5. And if they try to play bishop captures h4, actually this is a mistake, because after queen g4, g5, rook takes, queen g7, rook f8, bishop g5, queen b6, castles, white is much better here. Again, this almost opening trap will be in the PGN that I'm helping you. So also, instead of bishop e7, they can also play knight h5 here. And you should always look out for things like this: bishop g5, queen b6, d captures c5, very strong. Obviously, they do not want to play queen captures b2 because of knight d4, and it's looking kind of shaky, baby. So yeah, not that, but bishop captures c5, and then after b4, b5, knight b8, bishop captures d7, king captures d7, and now c4. White enjoys a very stable advantage. All of black's pieces are basically on their starting squares or on the side. So so we're gonna go back, and so instead of this, bishop d6 is the move. And so here, this is probably the most common move, and this is what I kind of want you to remember, because this is probably the position that you're gonna get to the most, is just to play bishop g3. This is the most common reaction. Probably it's just the best one. We have to control the e5 square, and we have to hold on to it like our king's life. Really depends on it. There are some games, especially in Gatakomsky's games, but we're following this move order. But in some of Gatakomsky's games, he doesn't develop the knight first, he develops the bishop first, with the idea that if they play bishop d6 too early, they can take on d6, play f4, and then play knight f3, knight e5, and really like hammer his pieces down. And then in those lines, bishop b5 becomes a huge threat, destroying the pawn structure. And really, the idea is just to destroy them in the endgame, which he's done many times. So if you're looking for some inspiration in the London, then Gatakomsky's great. And Sedlak, I'm gonna link his book down below. What a valuable resource for the London, both volumes. All right, so bishop to g3, castles, and with castles they have a few other moves. So if they play, let's say queen e7, now we have this immediate knight e5. You always want to play this, and I've talked about this a lot on my stream. Whenever there's this pawn structure, this knight almost belongs right on e5. The same thing for here, but here we have some moves, right? So let's say bishop captures e5, d captures e5, knight e7, now f4, and a lot of simple play. White holds a small edge here. Let's say instead of that, let's say they play knight to d7. Now we play bishop e5. We play very dynamically. Okay. And then the other consideration is instead of castling, they can capture on g3 with the bishop. And so if captures on g3, then h captures g3, and now it seems like, okay, now you can't hold e5, right? So now I'm just going to play queen d6 and I'm going to play e5 myself. But we have a lot of potential here. So the king is kind of shaky because you can never castle to the king side because my bishop is going to be on d3, right? So actually that it happened in Gadakomsky's game. So here you can play bishop d3, but Gadakomsky likes to play bishop b5. So it depends on what you like. I think bishop b5 is actually much simpler. But here you're really stopping, you're giving questions to your opponent, you're putting questions in their head like, hey, where's your king going? What are your pieces doing? And you always have to worry about this trouble on the h file. So, you know, bishop d7, and then relieving the pressure, and then finally you play e4, which is one of the main moves in the London. Takes, c captures d4, and castles, and white is slightly better here with better positioned pieces. And as you can see, this bishop is really, really bad. Okay, but after bishop to d6, we're gonna go regress, and we're gonna go bishop g3, castles, and now bishop d3 after b6. Obviously, you can play e4 here right now, but the move that I'm recommending is just to play knight e5. Playing kind of safe here, bishop b7, f4, knight e7, and now queen b1, covering this e4 and f5. And this is basically like the main position that you're going to get into. And this is a lot of like just basic opening play. The next video we're going to go over is going to show us a lot of cool tricks in the London. So I hope that you like this one and stay around for the next one. If you liked it, please like the video. If you didn't like it, tell me why. And until next time, make sure you sub, and